Well, hey girl.
Hi. How are you?
I'd be doing better if I could hear you.
I said hi. How's everyone?
Yeah, it's not the first time I've heard him choking today. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
Sometimes it just surprises you and gets caught in the throat, you know?
Sizzle doesn't have a gag reflex.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're just, you know, I thought that was our secret.
Yeah, you, me, and Pornhub. We're the only ones in on it.
I mean, it was one time, all right? I needed the money. I was desperate and hungry.
You were hungry, all right.
I love hot dogs. Leave me alone.
Oh, Vienna sausages.
Oh.
As soon as I saw you, I knew. Here was a man with a little winner and two tiny nuts. Oh yeah, gotta dance. Oh God, I love Dana Carvey.
I mean, who doesn't?
Oh baby.
So, Steele, how was your week? Anything exciting happen? Anything fun?
Well, I didn't cancel any streams or skip any or call any early or any of that, so, you know, it was a good week.
I'm super impressed.
Look, it was, I had one off week, okay? One.
A couple hours.
One off week.
I know, and you know, I'm like I said, everyone has off weeks. You just, when you have an off week, you just happen to go live for 20 minutes and then be gone for 2 hours. No, it.
Look, motherfucker, you took like three or 4 months off streaming. I don't want to hear shit from you.
For the record, it was closer to like 6 months.
Okay, well that helps my case. So get fucked.
Yeah, but I didn't promise people I was coming back or weekend streams or anything that I didn't make up for.
Well, so tonight's show. Oh man, no, we got some interesting shit, guys. And also next week is fucking PAX East, so I'm looking forward to some really cool announcements. And literally anything to change the subject here.
Nothing from Sony. We already.
That's true. Nothing from Sony. No.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's some good stuff coming up. You got PAX East coming up. Game Developers Conference is coming up.
Yep. Still nothing from Sony.
I love Sony. I really do.
Me too.
Yeah, but no, there's a couple interesting tidbits in the news this week. Some early access stuff, some new releases that, let's be honest with you, it's not March yet, so no one really cares about some of these new releases. I mean, some people might care, but
very few. March is when the shit hits the fan, guys. One more week, and then the torrent begins.
Yeah, and I'm so excited. It makes me happy. So fucking happy.
What games come out in March? What's gonna start? What's gonna open the floodgates? What's gonna be the opening salvo of the fucking
for me? Ori.
The girthy list of games that come out starting
Ori,
in March.
Deuce. Yeah, Ori 2, Neo 2, and Ori I believe is the 11th of March. Neo 2 is the 13th. There's some. I got like 4 or 5 days in between them. It's gonna be phenomenal. March 20th is Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal. So that's yeah. Which I feel is, I mean, that alone is that when we're going to talk about more of the Doom Animal Crossing stuff later. But Animal Crossing has a shit ton of hype behind it right now. Like people fucking love Animal Crossing.
I don't get it.
For me, it falls along the same lines as like your games like Stardew.
Yeah.
And even like I'll say to an extent like Minecraft and stuff like the people who love those games. They
I
are
don't get it.
fucking rabid about them. I personally don't get it either. Not my cup of tea. Like I just the whole like sim type games aren't really my jam.
The boring ass fucking.
But Animal Crossing fan base is super, like they love the shit out of Animal Crossing.
Yes.
But also the biggest thing it has going for it, and I think that's like kind of always had going for it, is it's adorable as fuck.
It is. It is definitely cute.
It's like it's like wholesome levels of adorable. Even though you end up having a mortgage to like a raccoon who then, oh my God, this raccoon could take my house or something. But
could you imagine having a raccoon show up and being like, bro, you're like 6 months late on the fucking mortgage. Give me the keys.
Right.
Could you imagine getting evicted by a fucking trash panda?
I mean, they are pretty angry.
Yeah, but like having one knock on your door and be like, where's my fucking money, bro?
I don't know. I'd probably be like, oh, sorry. Here's the keys. Don't hurt me.
I don't know.
No, but I mean, it's a hell of a fan base, man. They love that shit, and it's gonna sell like fucking hotcakes.
Yeah, I mean, if Twitter is any indicator, it's gonna do very well.
Well, yeah, and I mean, the funny thing too, though, you got with the whole animal. Well, we'll just jump right into it. The whole Animal Crossing and Doom community, like, it's the crossover,
which like blows my fucking mind that there is any crossover.
Has been. It's been fucking wholesome as shit, and it's hilarious. Like, there's that link I put into chat, like into our Discord. Click on it. Just look at some of this fucking crossover art, and it's been hilarious. There's like crossover art of like Isabella from Animal Crossing, where in like the Doom guy armor murdering shit, but looking wholesome as fuck. There's one with like Doom guy with Isabel sitting on his like shoulder, and she says "rip and tear until it's done," and she looks all like Doom guy teaching Isabel how to shoot a rifle. Like Doom guy walking into like GameStop being like, one copy of Animal Crossing, please, and then another one with Isabel being like, one copy of Doom Eternal, please. Like this is the community crossover type shit that you don't expect, right? But
I definitely don't. No.
But it's just, it's wholesome, and it's like, it's cool as shit to see two different communities, like
two wildly different. Like I have a hard time picturing two further ends of the spectrum.
Right. Wholesome animal creatures and like a very cutesy, like we farm and build houses and have friends, and then Doom, which is just heavy metal, demon gore, violence, blood, sex orgies, and
well, that sounds fun.
But like they're releasing on the same day. Both communities, people in like community have been super like, hope your game does well. Super like it's that whole like Marvel's like, we have the ultimate crossover, and Doom and Animal Crossing were both like, hold my beer.
Oh Jesus.
And even like the official Twitter accounts for like Doom and stuff have been getting into it, like and commenting on like they're like going back and forth with it's fantastic. I love it. That's the type of shit I like to see in gaming, right? Like just the silly, ridiculous crossover shit where it's like, this is fun, right? That's all it is. Harkens to a time when games were just fun and people weren't butthurt over dumb shit.
Well, it's interesting. I'll give it that.
It is. Again, I'm not a big Animal Crossing fan. That's not my type. Like, it's a game I can watch, like much like World of Warcraft is for me, or even like Stardew and like what Minecrafts and stuff, depending on like who the streamer is and how they're kind of entertaining with it. But it's the type of game I can watch and just kind of chill and veg out and watch. It's not a game I can play because it does nothing for me whatsoever, but watching it can be kind of fun.
I can't watch it. I've tried watching Stardew. that puts me to sleep like that.
Well,
Instantly, I'm sitting there like,
that's
okay.
that's kind of why I
Alright.
watch like they're just kind of like a chill like whatever, right?
You what?
It's like a chill whatever stream for me. Like I like to watch it and stuff. But there's been some Stardew streams I've watched that have been fucking hilarious where like the people have been playing together and it's like they're really like the one dude's super serious about it, like getting his farm and everything, and then he his one friend's out helping him out and he's like, yeah, this is great, and then like his buddy will walk away and then he just starts fucking everything up, like releasing the chickens and pulling plants out and like destroying fences and shit, and then he's like, his buddy comes back and like just creating that tension in Stardew and watching two friends fight over one being a jackass and one being like super into like making his farm. That's
So
why
it'd
like
be like
Minecraft.
you and me playing together.
Right. Exactly.
Like we would like fight over who gets to be the jackass. And no, you'd be the jackass, and I'd be the like. If I were to get into it, I'd be like I'd be like 100% into it, and you'd be like,
Right.
I'm gonna fuck with this shit when he's not looking.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like with like Minecraft, I'm the same way. Like I see people playing Minecraft and they're playing with their friends, and I'm just like,
We've got to fuck with them.
they're like, oh yeah, this is this person's house, and they just built it. Blah blah. I'm like, you should take some TNT, place it around the support pillars.
I have never streamed Minecraft. I played it once with my son when he was like 5, and it just fucking bored me to tears, dude.
Yeah, my 6-year-old son's way better at Minecraft than I tried to play with him the other day. I didn't get it. I didn't understand how to do anything in there.
It bored me to fucking tears. I do not get it. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of in the same vein as like the survival games, like 7 Days to Die or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't do survival games because I
just
Ark, all those types
Yeah.
of games where I'm like,
Nothing.
oh, I start off with nothing and I have to like farm shit to make I don't want
fuck
any of that.
No, I just
I
want to go
will
out and kill
grind
things.
levels and I will grind for gear in games all fucking day.
Yep. I want to go kill things.
But if I have to grind for grass to make a fucking skirt or like pants or refine shit and all, before I can even
0%.
start actually killing shit, like I
No,
don't
thank
want
you.
that. I don't. I'm old. I don't have time for fucking.
Yeah, no. That and like I don't have the attention span for that shit. Fucking
That's
Kate
true.
got into my wife got into fucking Stardew Valley for like a week. And like by like day 3, she had like the legal pad out. And she had like literally like 4 or 5 pages of notes, like front and back, of like all the shit that she needed to farm to make this, like to get that, to get this third thing, and I'm that's too fucking much for me. Like
If I'm having to break out spreadsheets,
yeah, I don't want to
With
feel like I'm
materials.
playing fucking Eve Online or some shit. Like I don't.
material spreadsheets and shit, yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's not my jam.
Hard pass. That's why I couldn't. I never got like super hardcore into like the like vanilla WoW or any of that shit where there was like all kinds of material farming and shit. Hard pass.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
People love those
like
games, though,
vanilla
man.
WoW for PvP. That was it. And I never did any of the profession shit in vanilla WoW. I never did any of the profession shit in EverQuest. Any kind of like material farming or like trade skilling.
Mm-hmm.
Not interested. 0%.
Yeah, no, people, but
Yeah,
there's,
and
I mean,
so
there's
how-
a lot of people out there who just love that
Yeah.
type of game.
Yeah, so
And
having like that a whole like game around that. No. No, thank you.
I mean, people love it. Nintendo. That's what, again, Nintendo with its Animal Crossing stuff. They know people like adorable shit, and that community of people who love adorable shit and farming shit. It's about to sell. And then of course they announced like the Animal Crossing like Switch, and then you get like the light pink or coral Switch Lite for Animal coming around the same like that.
Who said what now?
Nintendo knows what the fuck they're doing.
A coral pink fucking Switch?
Switch Lite.
Okay.
releasing around the same time as Animal Crossing and they have an Animal Crossing like Switch coming out. Like,
hold on, I need to see this.
People know.
What are we dealing with here? Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull this up on the. There you guys go. That's the Nintendo Switch Lite Coral. It's nice looking. It's cute.
I'm not gonna lie. It's actually it's a nice color. Like I'd rock the shit out of that.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a nice color.
People be like, oh, what are you playing? Fucking Doom Eternal.
God damn right.
Oh my Coral Pink Switch Lite.
Yep. Fuck yeah. Looking like a goddamn gangster while I'm doing it.
But I mean, they did the same for like when they have when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out. They have the Animal Crossing Switch console. They did a special edition Smash console. Like that's when Nintendo knows like their games that are gonna be hype as fuck. They're like, here you go. Here's a console to go with it. People were like, oh fuck yeah.
That's really stupid.
Put that sweet little fucking dog on the front that's gonna take my house from me if I miss a mortgage payment.
Nah, dog. Miss me with all that shit. I don't want it.
Man.
If there was a Final Fantasy VII Switch, I'd buy it.
If there was a Final Fantasy VII dildo, you'd buy it.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Literally just slap Final Fantasy VII on like anything and you'll buy it.
If there was gonna be a Final Fantasy VII dildo though, I'd want it shaped like the fucking asteroid on the front of it. I'd want a fucking asteroid dildo. It's gonna go
as
some
long
deep
as
impact.
Sephiroth's sword.
But no, Buster Sword wouldn't do it. Buster Sword.
No. I said as long as Sephiroth's sword.
Oh.
Like length, and then girth would be like the tip girth would be like the asteroid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
really
that.
going for it.
Yeah, I'd feel like Aerith getting impaled by that thing.
Taking all 9 feet of that.
Oh,
deep inside.
Jesus.
Rough.
Call me Piper Perry.
But yeah, no, that's to start with gaming stuff, dude. That the whole animal, like where we started with was Animal Crossing and Doom, and then we just kind of went off to
Into
Steve
Final
getting
Fantasy
penetrated
VII
by
dildos,
9
yep.
feet of Final
Perfectly
Fantasy VII
natural
dildo.
turn of events here on the Sunday Sizzle.
Let's see. Oh, Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition came out on the Switch, right?
Yes.
And they added some new features to Devil May Cry 3, which has been around since like PS2, PS3. Like it's an old game, but it's the Switch version's fucking dope. Like it plays amazingly. Before in the game you had the different styles for Dante.
Yeah.
And to switch them, you would actually have to go into like the menu and like switch the style and then come back into the game and everything.
I see what you did there. So the Switch came out with an easier way to switch them?
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
It's called it's the quick switch. With a flick of a button, you can switch styles.
So you switch a button on
Exclusively
your
on the
Switch, and it
Nintendo
switches
Switch.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So it makes the game like the gameplay smoother. Like because in the later games you could switch style on the fly.
Yeah.
And now you can do that again. And Devil May Cry 3 is easily one of the best, like arguably one of the best Devil May Cries in the series.
How's 4?
Before 5. I enjoyed 4. I love 4.
Was it 2 that was bad then?
2 was a game.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it a good game? Was it a game you enjoyed?
I mean, it's Devil May Cry, so yeah. I mean, in a strange, weird way, I did. But
Was it a game you'd
time,
fap to?
Huh?
Was it a game you'd fap to? Would you sexually pleasure yourself while to this game?
No. Mm-mm.
What about 5?
Oh my god. The things I would do to myself. I'm just gonna. You know what? All right. Podcast is over. I'm going to play Devil May Cry 5. Touch myself exponentially.
Oh my.
But no, they had some cool features to this the Switch version of Devil May Cry 3, and one of the other cool features they added was so they have the Bloody Palace mode.
Yeah.
And they made it co-op. So before, the Bloody Palace mode is essentially like a tower that you fight through every floor. Like you go to the first floor, you kill the enemies, and then a couple portals appear, and you can go up 1 floor, 5 floors, or 10 floors at a time. Okay. And then the higher you go in the tower, the harder it gets, the more enemies you fight, so on and so forth, until you reach like the top of the tower. And then you
so
every
it's
so
like
often
a tower
you fight, like,
of power.
Yeah, essentially. But they made it co-op for this version, so you get the ability. So player 1 will play as Dante, and the second player plays as his brother Virgil. And you can play co-op through it. And the best part is, like, they're independent characters. Like, it's not like you're just stuck. Oh, okay, I played Virgil, blah, blah, blah. You get off, and then you have to re-level up or redo everything. Like, it's an independent save, which is really fucking cool.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was a fun couple fun little additions to an already great game. So, if you guys were interested in it, I'd recommend picking it up again. Also, I'd recommend picking it up again if you weren't interested, just because Devil May Cry. So, you're welcome.
I might do that. Well, actually, no. I bought the DMC collection 1 through 4 on PlayStation. I wanted to play them at some point.
Yeah, but that version of Devil May Cry 3 doesn't have the quick switching.
Yeah, but I've also already bought it. I don't want to buy a second version of a game I haven't enjoyed the first playthrough of, because I haven't played through it the first time. Oh damn, we got some Devil May Cry haters in chat. Oh no.
I hate you. Let's see. Anything else gaming wise? This is kind of for you more than me, because you like MMOs more than I do. But a while ago, there's that New World game. It looked like there was like a bunch of like explorers, like conquistadors, all that other shit, like trout, like all fighting. It was like a cinematic trailer to get to like this gem.
Right.
Well, Amazon Game Studios. It's an MMO, like a full-on MMO RPG.
I honestly did not know that Amazon had a game studio.
Yeah, so it's Amazon Game Studios' upcoming MMO.
Interesting.
And apparently it's a super PvP-centric game.
Go on. Exactly. You have my attention.
And there he is, folks. I got him back.
I want it. I need it. I want to rub it all over my body.
I was reading about some of this stuff, and it seems pretty basic MMO fare for the most part, right? Like,
PvP-centric MMO. That's all you had to say. I'm sold.
Well, I mean, in terms of like the base PvE stuff, you start off, do quests, and a lot of it seems to be pretty basic MMO type shit. Go here, get this person, keep whatever, collect these items, level up till you can get a mount, and all that other bullshit.
Right.
But the more I looked at it and more I read about it, the combat is actually kind of what interests me in this game. So it's not like your typical MMO combat, apparently. So every kind of weapon has a weight and hit detection, based on its physical movement.
Okay.
So unless your weapon actually hits the character, it's not going to do any damage.
Oh.
So the developers are still citing like kind of Dark Souls games as a heavy inspiration.
Right.
So like instead of like tab targeting, I guess is what it's called.
Yeah.
Like arrows, any kind of projectiles and stuff, you actually have to physically hit the character to do damage. So even arrows, like saying arrows fired at you or a projectile is fired at you, they go through in real time. So you can dodge it if you're, or jump behind something and not take the hit if you're fast enough.
It looks like a really fucking cool game too. Check out some of these screenshots from it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm interested. It's still an MMO, so
Right. So your interest is limited to begin with.
Right. The combat, when I was reading about the combat and more like about that kind of piqued my interest a lot more.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, so I've actually kind of have to pay attention, and actually participate in combat, not just target something and click some buttons.
Right.
So I mean, it sounds kind of interesting to me. But where I knew I would get you is when I said it's PvP centric.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely got my interest. I will be giving it a shot.
So apparently they have territory control war battles. So apparently all of the game world split into territories. Each
For
of
some
which,
reason, that makes me think of For Honor.
yeah, I guess in a way, yeah. They're controlled by a company, which is guilds essentially in the New World.
Right.
It breaks down into like settlements, villages, and then the head of like the company or guild delegates like leadership positions, and then so on and so forth. Like
Right.
kind of breaks down that way. Let's see, and then from there, apparently, there's tax rates and the economy and all that stuff, and it builds up. And then you do just like large scale PvP battles,
Interesting.
like for control of territories and shit, trying to take like settlements from other territories and all that. So
that definitely sounds interesting.
Again,
I don't know how I feel about like large scale PvP battles though. Like they're not bad.
but then, well, I'm sure they'll have like smaller scale too. But here's the other thing: is the entire economy in the game is player driven. There's no merchants in the game.
Okay.
So, and yeah, apparently like like you can set taxes on settlements and stuff like it's. There's a lot in here that sounds very interesting. It's still an MMO.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be no like raids or anything at the beginning. So yeah, it says when you own a territory, your company must designate a window of time it will be available for war. Players can then sign up for the war, and the leader will construct a roster of 50 players, as well as alternates to take into battle.
That's huge. That's a very large scale battle.
And so like you either defend or attack and try. I mean I was more interested in the combat system than anything. And I might give it a shot depending on subscription or if it's gonna be free to play, like however they're gonna do it. If it's gonna be a once and done purchase, if they're gonna go subscription model, I don't know any of that. So
yeah. Well, what I'm looking at the FAQ for the game right now, and they're kind of losing me on some of this. You can buy in-game items with real money, and I'm not sure if those are cosmetic or if it's pay to win.
Yeah, again, there's still a lot of questions around it. I was reading more about the combat, which got me pretty excited, and I knew the PvP stuff. I feel like they'll probably stick with a cosmetic. I mean, and obviously that's going to depend on what model they go for. If they're going to go free to play and then they start overloading the fucking item shop with weapons and shit, then it's like, all right, you just killed your own game. But
yeah. Well, I'm curious to see how well I'm sure it'll be very heavily streamed because it's
Amazon,
because it's an Amazon game
and
and Amazon owns Twitch,
and they're gonna be like, yo, hey streamers,
yeah, handing out some big boy contracts for that.
Hey Amazon, I love MMOs, you should totally hit me up.
Yeah. Throw a contract my way. Holla at your boy. What's up?
Right. In fact, actually, no, I hate MMOs. I truly do. Convince me why I should play yours with a check.
That'll do it.
Oh, so yeah. No, I mean, combat system to me sounded dope.
Yeah, I'm curious about it. I want to see how it goes. There's no kind of class system or anything.
No,
So you
and
can come up with your
it's
own
all very
builds,
much.
and there's like a weapon mastery system and different attributes that you can unlock.
Yeah, and I mean the only thing that for me, like one of my big things with like especially RPGs, MMOs, and stuff like that, like it's the whole ability to play as like different characters, right? Like different races. It's kind of the whole escapism side of video
Right.
games, but apparently all characters are human. So
Okay, well, I wanted to be a lizard person.
right, that's what I'm saying. Like I wanted to be like a sexy elf lady, or what if
Yeah.
I wanted to be a sexy cat lady
Yep.
or sexy demon lady?
Or a sexy cat demon lady with a lizard tail.
Go on.
Oh, Jesus. I've said too much. Dizzle's already fapping.
There's a trend here. I don't know if you've caught that.
With tentacles. I want
Oh,
tentacles.
sweet.
Tentacles are a must.
Sweet mother of God.
All that we're missing now is the
It was as moist as tentacles make me. We don't need any Astroglide.
Fair enough. The tentacles come with their own tentacle slime.
Ooh, baby.
Oh my.
And then probably the coolest thing this last week. So, Dreams.
Yes.
You've heard about that, right? For like PS4.
Yeah.
It's like the people you can go in and make shit and play other people's game. Like people who make games and like it's the same people who did like Little Big Planet as a game.
Right, yeah.
But so Dreams at first, like when they showed it off at like E3 and they show a couple other shows and they're showing stuff off. Me personally, I'm like, I'm not interested in it. Like creating anything or like creating worlds or anything like that for
Well, Xbox had some. What was it Spark? Xbox Spark?
Project Spark or some
Project
shit
Spark,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
They had something like that where you could like create your own fucking like
Game. Yeah.
which I thought was the coolest fucking idea.
It is. And
The
Dreams.
implementation was kind of garbage, but it was fun to fuck around in.
Is fucking ridiculous. I've seen some of the coolest shit
Yeah.
people have made with Dreams. And people have done some like really cool shit. So they like they've remade like Spyro. They remade levels from like Sonic the Hedgehog. They remade like a bunch of Game of Thrones stuff. Some
Speaking
people
of
even
Sonic
went in
the
and like
Hedgehog,
the
Did you see all the shit about Twitter on how a bunch of people want Sonic to be gay?
what?
Yeah, no, it's a thing.
Okay, wait, we'll get to that later. The people went in and
I love
they
Twitter. Sorry,
remade
go on.
Metal
go on,
Gear
we're good.
Solid. The now canceled playable trailer, like the Silent Hills playable trailer that was all removed and everything. People remade the Final Fantasy VII demo shit. They've been like remake demo shit they've been showing off with like cutesy ass fucking sprites. Like, and a lot of the stuff you've seen, like the assets aren't there. Like it's not like these assets exist in Dreams, but people are remaking this shit. People remade Fallout 4 and it looks superior to anything at Bethesda. Like it's ridiculous.
That's pretty rad.
And it's been one of the greatest things I've literally watched in gaming in a while. Because
pretty
it's just
rad.
like I just went on YouTube and you can just go to YouTube and just Google like Dreams PS4 and people like have been posting videos of the stuff they've made and it's some of the coolest shit you will ever see.
I need it. What platform is it on, and can I have it right now, please?
It's PS4.
Okay, I need it.
And like the interface is super easy to use from what I've been watching. Like it was so easy, maybe even Dizzle could figure it out kind of easy.
Here's the plan. Me and Dizzle are gonna make a game called Sizzle, and it's just gonna be, I don't know. We'll come up with some details for it. We're gonna make our own game in Dream. It's gonna be beautiful.
But yeah, no, and people like the Ghost of Tsushima like trailer that they showed off at E3, or was it one of the Sony conferences like not too long ago? Someone went into Dreams and remade the whole trailer but like had to recreate all the assets. And
Right. How are the graphics in it?
As good as you want to make them. Like some of the shit in Dreams has been fucking ridiculous. Like just look up Dreams and Fallout, like Fallout 4 Dreams.
I feel like that's gonna get me some mixed search results.
Good point. Dreams PS4 Fallout.
Let's see here. Fallout 4 in Dreams. Let's see what we're dealing with here, guys. Holy shit.
Yeah, and those assets these aren't assets that exist in the game that they could just pull. Like, dude recreated all this shit.
This looks fucking insane.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's fucking wild, dude.
Right. And for those of you who are just listening on the Spotifys and other podcast things, we are currently watching a video of people remaking shit in Dreams.
And it looks amazing. They literally remade, like...
They recreated.
They recreated all of fucking Fallout 4, and it looks awesome. This looks like a Fallout 4 that I wouldn't regret playing through.
But, yeah.
Huh. Well, that's fucking cool.
So, and it's just like a whole fucking world of people doing it. Like the Sonic stuff's really cool. Like the Final Fantasy stuff's really cool. Like they just did a lot of real, like people have taken this game that's been out for not too long and just fucking like officially been out kind of deal and just fucking ran with it. And I'm all for it. Like I'm half tempted to buy it just to go in and play people's creations. Like
Yeah.
I would never create anything, but just to go in and play like people's creations.
Yeah, I just want to go fuck with other people's shit.
But I mean, like when you think about it too, it's like it's essentially great for like indie people who want to get in. Like I would imagine like kind of indie developer, like budding young indie developer or game developers, like people who want to start learning or like really fucking around with something like that, to kind of get a base level idea.
Now, my question is this: it's PS4 exclusive. Is it by Sony or is it or who's the developer for Dreams?
The developer for Dreams?
Yeah, like who made it? Who made it available?
Media Molecule.
Did Media Molecule pull an Activision Blizzard in Warcraft 3 Reforged and say, "Hey guys, just so you know, anything you make in Dreams is actually ours"?
Oh, I don't know.
Because that could go poorly.
Hold on.
Like, it looks fucking awesome. It looks really cool to fuck around with. Obviously, you can make some really awesome shit in it. But if you do, is it your shit?
Well, probably not.
Say what?
I would imagine not.
You gotta get closer to your mic there, bro.
I said probably not.
Okay.
Blah 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 blah. Oh, here we go. Dreams about creating games, music, animation, art, powerful creative tools, blah blah blah. there's no way to fully release a Dreams game
Okay.
outside the tool.
Okay.
And Media Molecule has said that it wants to give creators commercial rights and the ability to export away from PS4, where Dreams is an exclusive title published through Sony. But other than that, there's no elaboration on when, how, or that's going to go through. Right now, the only one benefiting is the developer and publisher. And then also, let's see. Dreams ecosystem and tangible reward for that. People can export and like to show their shit off on YouTube and everything. And a lot of the stuff's just watermarked at some, like in the corner or somewhere. It says "Made in Dreams," but
okay, yeah, that's fine.
and as it stands now, no, like if you have a monetized YouTube channel or anything like that, they're not like coming after you for it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't imagine so. Like
But,
they're advertising your shit.
Huh?
I said I wouldn't imagine so. They're advertising your shit. Like, hey, check out this awesome content I made in this game.
Well, no, I know, but I mean, you never know. They could go full Activision Blizzard and just shit on your life or 2K or whoever they want. But so yeah, right now, so Media Molecule would like to be able to allow players to export their shit. But right now, there's just no way for them to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool. At least they've said that they would like to be able to allow people to export their shit and like take it out of the dreamscape or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine there'd be a whole lot of work that goes into that because then there's like licensing and all kinds of copyright shit and a whole lot of stuff that they could become potentially liable for.
Well, I mean, people have recreated Mario and all that stuff, and at the same time, like you would think, okay, how are people able to use like Nintendo property on Dreams and remake it? But essentially, it's kind of like parody. Like they've.
Do you think it falls under fair use?
I mean, they've changed. It's not an exact like pull. They're not pulling exact assets. They're changing assets.
Right.
So people are recreating these assets that have. I mean, they look close, but it's definitely a hell of a. I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they would have an argument like, sure, it looks similar, but it's technically X amount of percentage different.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know for for YouTube stuff to be fair use, it has to be like it can't fill up more than like 25% of the screen or some shit like that, or if it's like an extended play or something like that, or you can only use like X amount of seconds or whatever.
I mean, and there's been some like pretty crazy stuff on Dreams. I've seen stuff with like Mickey and like Disney properties and being recreated, and I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how far people are able to go with it, recreating shit, releasing like videos of it and everything on YouTube, and who's gonna be the first company to
copy strike them,
shit on their life, which will be Disney.
Yeah, probably.
So I mean, I don't know. I just thought all that Dream shit was really fucking cool. And it plays into like for me, it plays into people, especially like younger people who really want to like start fucking around with that type of stuff. Like, granted, yes, game design's a lot harder than what they're giving you in Dreams, but it's just to get that general like feel of
yeah, it's like a stepping stone toward moving toward
right,
like,
and if like
or Unity or whatever.
Right, and then Unity.
It's one of those other like open license game engines that you can use.
Right, and then you just, if they like really pick up with it and they're like, holy shit, I really like this, then they continue to follow their dreams and take the next step. See what I did there? Follow their dreams.
Yeah, that was good. I like that. It made me want to touch myself.
And then that's kind of all I get for game stuff this last week.
Well, my personal favorite thing that's happened this week is
Oh wait, I lied.
okay.
There's one more. There's one more gaming thing. This is a little known game that a lot of people are super excited for. Baldur's Gate 3.
Ooh, well, yes.
Not a lot of people have heard about it. It's pretty low key.
I've never heard of this Baldur guy. Is it like Mr. Clean?
Yeah, something like that. Okay. So later this year, Larian Studios will be dropping Baldur's Gate 3 early access. So that'll be kind of cool to see, considering the fact that Larian Studios has a history of doing early access anyway. Divinity Original Sin 2 went early access in like 2016, and then full release of it was 2017, a year later.
Okay.
Divinity Original Sin 2 highly touted CRPG. Fucking people love it, and Larian did a really good job with how they handled like early access in terms of expanding and kind of building on the game and really putting the time and effort into making it a quality product.
Yeah.
So like for me, I'm super excited for Baldur's Gate 3. Will I do early access? Yes, I will. I was going to say no because I was going to be like, no, I'm going to hold off and I'm going to wait till the full release because I don't want to spoil myself. I don't give I'm
treat yourself.
I'm a treat myself.
Treat yourself.
Oh fuck yes. So I mean it's fun to see. Like I like hearing that, and it's going to be early access later this year. And kind of with how their early access is handled, it's not like a lot of early access games where it's like, hey, this game's early access, and then like 3 years later, it's a full release.
You're like Fortnite?
No, because Fortnite's not a full release.
That's true, but Fortnite's been in early access for like 3 years now.
Well, yeah, that's because it makes it easier for them to continually change the game through consoles and stuff.
Yeah, which is funny, but it's been like 3 years now.
Oh yeah, and it will forever be early access because like if it's a full release for them to get like their updates and all that stuff pushed out through like the different platforms and everything.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot harder. That's why it's
there's different like approval processes and shit that they have to go through.
Yeah, and for those types of games, honestly, staying early access makes sense. So like your BRs and stuff like that are gonna have a constant change to the environment or world, like just keeping that early access tag makes sense because then you're able to roll out everything across all platforms kind of at the same time, as opposed to, oh, well, you can have it here on PC, but it's going to take another 2 weeks because Sony's still trying to figure out if they want to approve this or not. Xbox is going to be another month. Like,
that's a really dumb loophole to be able to exploit. Like, I get them exploiting it, but like, I feel like as a platform, you should be looking at that and thinking, hey, this is dumb.
Right. Like, why do we have this when we can, like, obviously the game's early, like, even if the game's full release, we can do it all with its early access. Why can't you do it at the same time if it's fucking full release? It's stupid.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of, it makes sense for certain types of games.
Yeah. And like, I don't fault them for taking advantage of it.
No.
But it's just a dumb loophole to be there.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you actually release your game, you can't update it as fast.
No, not at all.
So, like, there's no incentive for them to do a full release.
Yeah, I don't know. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's funny, but dumb.
Yeah.
All right.
It is both of those things.
That was my last bit of gaming stuff that I had, Steele. On to you, baby.
Oh. Well, Sony, guys, has dropped out of both PAX East and GDC. Citing,
why, Steele? Why?
Because of coronavirus.
I mean, it's a shitty beer. I'd be scared of getting sick by it, too.
I mean, yeah, sure. But here's where it gets. Here's where it goes from like reasonable precautionary concern to really fucking funny. Because the mayor of Boston, one Marty Walsh, asked Sony, begged Sony, in fact, to reconsider pulling out because he said, and I quote, "It reinforces harmful stereotypes that generations of Asians have worked hard to dismantle."
Sony's a European company, right? Irish?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
believe?
yeah. Tokyo is 100. That's as we all know, right next to It's in England, right next to London.
Oh, England. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I
Yeah,
forgot.
it's
Sony is a London-based.
Yeah. Yep. Tokyo,
Company.
London. It's a very small. It's the Japantown of London. So, Boston Mayor Marty Walsh is, and Marty Walsh from Boston looks like a Marty Walsh from Boston, is lecturing Sony, the Japanese mega corporation, mega conglomerate, big, like, massive, has hands in every pot, Asian company, headed by Asian people in an Asian country, about reinforcing negative Asian stereotypes. Just like let that sink in for a second. Just give it a second. Let it simmer. Try to rationalize in your mind how that makes sense, and then please explain it to me.
I want to know if this man had proofreaders. Like, who wrote this fucking thing for him? Like, the person who wrote this for him was like, I bet you this speechwriter for him literally was like quitting, or was just fired and was like, "Yo, dog,
Yep, fuck
appreciate
this. I'm out.
everything you did for me. This is the best speech I've ever written for you."
Yep.
And then left and trolled the shit out of him, because no one would have seriously run that through. Never mind. I'm looking at his picture. He definitely seriously, he 100% meant that. He was too busy worried about if Tom Brady was going to retire and where his khakis were. Anybody see my khakis? Huh? How you like them apples, huh, Sony? Applesauce, bitch. Holy shit.
Yeah, I as I was reading through that article, I was like this has to be some kind of like satire or parody, or like maybe the Onion's like on some next level shit.
Initially, when I
something.
saw that, I thought it was like the Onion or something. Like, I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, I'm falling for like some like 4chan or Reddit bait right now. I gotta be. But
And
no.
now my favorite though is, you know how he did it, right? Like, it wasn't in a speech or anything like that. I was wrong. I'm sorry, speechwriters. It was a fucking letter that he sent to Kenichiro Yoshida, Sony's president and chief executive officer.
Wait. Hold on. Marty Walsh sent a letter to, what's his name?
Kenichiro Yoshida.
Kenichiro Yoshida.
Kenichiro Yoshida.
Kenichiro Yoshida.
Mm-hmm.
About reinforcing negative Asian stereotypes that generations have worked hard to dismantle.
And they said, Sony's statement was, "We felt this was the safest option as the situation is changing daily.
Yep.
We are disappointed to cancel our participation in this event, but the health and safety of our global workforce is our highest concern."
Perfectly reasonable concern.
Yeah,
I get it. Makes sense. You don't want you guys to get coronavirus. I wouldn't want to get
told them
coronavirus.
that also in his letter, he tried to tell them that, the risk of contracting coronavirus in Boston and Massachusetts remains extremely low, and that he believes no one should cancel their plans to visit the city. He also said that the mayor also said that fears about the coronavirus are fueled by confusion and lack of information,
Okay.
which has led to the growth of anti-Chinese and anti-Asian sentiment in Boston and around the country. He, in this letter, said, like you stated earlier, these fears reinforce harmful stereotypes that generations of Asians have worked hard to dismantle. They trigger our worst impulses to view entire groups of people with suspicion, to close ourselves off, and miss out on the opportunities and connections our global city provides. Boston is united in our efforts to dispel these harmful and misguided fears. Mr. Kenichiro Yoshida, how dare you reinforce?
Mr. Yoshida, head of Japanese corporation Sony, how dare you reinforce negative Asian stereotypes by not wanting to get coronavirus like the rest of us?
As a large international company, you have an opportunity to set a good example, Walsh also had in his letter. As a leader in technology, you can show that you're motivated by facts, not fear. As a leader in gaming and culture, you can show that you believe in connection, not isolation. No, what they believe in is what they fucking said. And on top of that, you dumb shit, you're just worried because they are literally dropping the fuck out. PAX is a big money maker for the city, and
huge money maker for the city.
Yeah.
Like every year, but PAX is fucking massive. I mean, PAX is one of the biggest conventions like ever.
Like PAX is huge. PAX East, you got PAX East and PAX West.
And PAX South.
And PAX South. They're all big money makers for the cities. Like a lot of big conventions happen to be, and you got Sony has a track record lately of dropping out of most conventions. They're not going to be at E3 again. They're not going to PAX East. They're dropping out of GDC. Yep. Like, and this dude, I want to see the response letter.
The response letter should just be a picture of Yoshira.
Kenichiro Yoshida.
Yep. Kenichiro Yoshida is what I said. Look, I'm bad with names under the best of circumstances, guys.
Oh my god.
It should just be a picture of him sent back to Marty Walsh and just be
like, dude,
like that's the whole press release. That's the whole response. That's the whole statement. Just
if it was like Sony America, right? If it was like the Sony America division that announced this, not Sony fucking corporate, right? Like not their, like the head office announcing this to it, but Sony of America saying, yo dog, we're not going to be there. And it was like the American representative for Sony. And this dude wrote that to him. Okay, sure. Right? Like if Marty Walsh wrote the letter to
Michael Linton.
Okay, right? But this is you wrote the letter to the fucking CEO of fucking Sony telling him not to reinforce harmful stereotypes that generations of Asians have worked hard to dismantle. Like
how do you even like write that name down and think like, yeah, this is the move. This is what I should be doing. This is what I should say to this guy.
Like I get maybe, you know, I'm trying to like spin this to where maybe it's like you had good intentions with your words, maybe kind of. You just.
I would like to see it. I'm curious. I'm curious. I want to know. Oh.
Yeah.
We should send Marty a letter to ask him not to reinforce the stereotype that Americans don't know what other cultures are. Perfect.
Right. Like, Mr. Marty Walsh, please just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You gotta be some kind of dumb. You really fucking do.
That's the other problem. It wasn't his speech. Like, no one wrote this for you. You can't make the excuse of, oh, I didn't proofread my speech. I just read my speech that someone else wrote for me.
It was on the teleprompter. I'm Ron Burgundy. I just read what's there. Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Not my fault.
You wrote a fucking letter, And I'm sure while you were writing said letter, you had people trying to help you and you were asking opinions of said letter, and people were like, yeah, dog, sounds
Yeah,
good.
like he's a fucking Boston of a major city. Like he's got a communications director and shit. Someone signed off on this shit.
I'm telling you, whoever signed off on this really hates this guy, and they were just like, fuck this dude. Yeah, totally. Send that to Kenichiro Yoshida. Tell him to stop reinforcing stereotypes against, Asians.
And he had to mail it to it. Well, assuming it was like sent via mail instead of just like some open letter shit.
I like to think it was
He did have to
sent.
mail it to a Japanese address.
No, I like to think it was sent mail. Like he hand wrote this letter, trying to feel like, trying to make it seem super official. He probably signed it with like some special pen and
Yeah, there's like some calligraphy and shit on there, like official study of Boston letterhead.
fuck. For fuck's sake, man. You
Yep.
just
This is the world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. That kind of shit. It's fucking magical. It must not be an election year in Boston. That's all I'm saying. Because like, if you're getting away with this kind of dumb shit, like you gotta not be worried at all about what anybody thinks about it.
It's Boston. He's probably arguably still the smartest dude in Boston.
Ouch.
You got to think people voted for him, so he's smarter than them. He said applesauce, bitch, and they were like, yeah.
Oh my god.
You fucking sealed that shit with a wax stamp,
Yep.
strapped it to a carrier pigeon.
Oh my god. Hey, you guys think this carrier pigeon can make it to Japan?
Yeah, no, he totally was like, it was just a flock of carrier pigeons. They just like relayed that shit, just handing.
There we go. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's at the bottom of the letter. Instead of saying like cordially yours or anything like that, he just said, how about them apples?
We're gonna stop with the apples soon, right?
I mean, it's Boston. That's all I got for him. His khakis and
Fucking park the car in
Applesauce.
Harvard Yard.
Oh,
my
wait, we
goodness.
should stop. I don't want to get a letter from Marty Walsh about how I'm reinforcing Bostonian stereotypes.
I've been trying, like, legit for like 10 minutes to find a way to work the word deflated into this. And I've got nothing. So just know that I gave it my best effort, guys. Something deflated. Pretend it was really smart and funny and witty and clever. There we go. That's it.
Yeah, my man straight up said, yo, giant Asian company, stop reinforcing Asian stereotypes.
Fucking yikes.
Those are elected officials, y'all. Elected officials. Let's see. What else do we got? Oh, yeah. They're so it's not just PlayStation. So PlayStation and Oculus are going to skip GDC.
Yeah.
Over coronavirus stuff. Oculus said that they're removing their booth and they're advising their employees to refrain from travel
Yep.
during the show. And then Sony kind of not too long after they announced they won't be at PAX East, same thing, announced that they won't be at GDC. They made a difficult decision to cancel our participation in Game Developers Conference due to increasing concerns related to COVID-19, aka coronavirus. Felt this was the best option as the situation related to the virus and global travel restrictions are changing daily. Disappointed to cancel our participation, but the health and safety of our global workforce is our highest concern. We look forward to participating in GDC in the future. GDC obviously still going on, much like PAX East is going to go on.
Probably
and-
without any event at all.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there was some. I don't remember if it was the University of Boston or what, but there was somebody in the Boston area. It's some college in the Boston area that was confirmed to have coronavirus, but they had also like recently come back from the Wuhan province where coronavirus comes from. So like they were quarantined, like they're good now. They are being kept in quarantine or isolation, or I don't know like what if quarantine is like an official status or whatever.
100%. I'm quarantine that ass.
Oh baby, I'm threatening me with a good time.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I think I don't know much. I'm not a fucking pathologist. I don't know shit about this disease really, other than it's named after a shitty. We are not
scientists, guys. He does mortgages and I fix computers. Like we're.
I'm not. Well, that's why I said pathologist. They do disease studies.
Yeah, I know what a pathologist is. Fuck you, I know shit.
I mean, yeah.
Saints, also from Boston.
It's named after a shitty beer, and but apparently, like you get it by touch, like you can't contract it by like.
There we go. I'm something of a scientist myself. And there's the crossover. Fucking what's his name? Willem Dafoe in Spider-Man and Boondock Saints. Boondock Saints was in Boston. Willem Dafoe was in Boondock Saints. Willem Dafoe was in Spider-Man. I'm something of a. I'm going like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon on this shit. Don't mind me. Just stop me from talking and go on with something like, cut me off here.
No, please, by all means.
No. Fucking save me from myself right now, please.
All right.
You fucking asshole.
So, Steele, I believe you do have.
I can't hear you very well when you move that far away from your mic.
I said I believe you do have some Activision.
You don't have to be that close. Goddamn. That hurt.
I believe you do have some Activision news for us, right?
Oh, do we?
I don't know. I mean, it's Activision, so I would be surprised if they weren't in the news this week.
Yeah.
What's
the Activision news? Regale me.
Something about Reddit and a subpoena. Call of Duty.
Yep.
I don't know. Oh, that's right. In a true corporate move, Activision's filing, or they're attempting to subpoena Reddit to get the identity of the person who leaked the Call of Duty battle royale mode.
Yeah, which should be interesting. Which confirms the BR mode, first off.
Right.
Second off,
they didn't want to confirm it, and they've even been denying it since the leak.
Yeah, but now they're suing whoever leaked it.
And now they're like, we're gonna sue you because you leaked information of a game mode that we aren't working on.
Totally not actually coming, guys. But we're gonna take legal action for leaking proprietary information.
But the funny thing is, it's not the first leak. That's not the first Warzone leak that's happened. There's been quite a few leaks over the past few months.
Yeah.
That pretty much confirmed it. Everyone knew this shit was happening. It's just now they're like, oh, and the Reddit post has been deleted and stuff, but obviously the internet, so people know shit. But apparently this leak, the leak revealed the full map.
Interesting.
And with the amount of leaks that have happened with Modern Warfare, this isn't a common or an uncommon thing, right? Call of Duty leaks happen all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Activision leaks happen all the fucking time.
Yeah.
It's just weird that they're kind of an unclear, weird thing that they're deciding now to take kind of legal action.
Yeah. So Activision's filing the DMCA against Reddit, not the person who leaked the information, but against Reddit,
right?
To get to find the identity of the person who leaked the information.
Leaked the information on something that everyone already knew was coming due to the previous leaks months prior. But now, because it was, I guess, the map, or I who fucking knows? It's just Activision, I guess, was, I don't know. They figured with as shitty as Warcraft 3's like backlash was for them, that this would gain them some popularity.
Well, let's see how this turns out.
Oh my god! Like
Yeah.
You ever just? They're Marty Walshing themselves, is what they're doing, right?
Yikes!
They're just
pulling a Marty.
They're pulling a Marty.
Like, how far can we put our foot in our mouth? Let's find out.
Like, dude, we all know this shit's happening. You've tried to deny it multiple times. You literally showed it off in a trailer for like for the new season of the game. They showed off the battle, like they confirmed the battle royale mode themselves in this trailer. Without
mention,
saying,
like, every shooter that's come out in the past 3 years has had a BR mode,
right? And
including
of course, you know,
fucking Call of Duty games.
When they talked about Modern Warfare initially, like, oh, it's not going to have a battle royale mode. Everyone knew shut the fuck up. Yes, it's going to.
You're gonna turn down all that Fortnite money. I believe you.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the people are like, oh, it's the map leak, right? It's the full map.
Yeah.
Images of the map had already leaked, or the potential map have already leaked. Like, this isn't a new leak. Essentially, it's just a better copy of the leak.
It's a high resolution of the same picture.
Right. Like, this is not even like new information. It's like, okay, shit. Now it's confirmed there's a Warzone mode. Nah, dog, there's literally been this leak already multiple times from multiple different people. Like, what makes you, like, why are you butthurt about it now? Are you that bored?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's Activision.
They'll probably just re-up the retainer for their lawyers, and they're like, well, we got to get our money out of this somehow.
Right.
Let's DMCA Reddit. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, that'll win us favor.
Yep. All those Redditors that we're relying on for fucking discussing our game and talking about our game and reviewing our game and playing our game.
What's going to happen is they're going to DMCA Reddit. Everything's going to go, like, shit's going to happen, and then Reddit's just going to fucking get completely rid of all, like, just ban Activision shit.
Yep, that's like going after 4chan. No matter how bad you want to do it, you just fucking don't. You want to get review bombed? Because that's how you get review bombed.
Right. I mean, there was some information in some of the leaks where it was, like, rumored to be standalone. Like, the BR mode's rumored to be standalone and not actually part of Modern Warfare. So it's supposed to be like a... Like, if I don't want to, basically, if I just want the BR, I can play the BR instead of buying the whole fucking game.
Didn't they do the same thing with Blackout for Black Ops 4?
Part of Black Ops 4.
I thought it was on release, but then they later made it to be standalone or free to play or some shit like that.
I think during, like, trial weekends you can do that, but you still have to download the whole game.
Oh, okay.
Again, it's just rumors. Like, you don't know. Like,
yeah.
Again, it's all rumors and leaks. Like, no one fucking knows for sure until, you know, Activision tries to sue you for it, and then they confirm it themselves.
This was Activision's submission to r/roast me. Oh my fucking goodness, that's gold. I love it.
Like, if it's not Activision, it's Blizzard. Like, one half of they're fucking half of the same coin, man. They love just beating themselves up, Marty washing themselves, as it were.
They're washing themselves. They're pulling a fucking Marty. God damn it,
Marty fucking 76'd himself, and now you got Activision washing themselves.
Yikes.
Oh
my goodness.
You know it's bad. You're not even a fucking
Call of Duty Marty Walsh. Oh fuck.
Fucking idiots.
I would definitely argue that no press in this regard is better than bad press. If the bad press is specifically against the people who do the review bombs and like Like gamers and Redditors are like, there's a lot of overlap in those two communities, those two circles of people. If that was a Venn diagram, it wouldn't be a circle, but it'd be pretty close.
Well, the other thing too is most of your gamers, right, who are on Reddit, like the heavy Reddit users and stuff, are like the lonely fucking like salty ass gamers who literally have nothing else to do with their lives except for sit on Reddit and complain about video games, the same video game that they will then go spend 15 hours just fucking playing, and stinking up their basement to high heaven before mommy brings them a Hot Pocket, then to go on Reddit to complain about the game again.
Whoa. Sir, you leave Hot Pockets out of this. They did nothing.
No, I love Hot Pockets. Like,
don't you dare drag Hot Pockets into this.
I'm not blaming Hot Pockets for any of this, right? I feel like Hot Pockets is the only saving grace in this whole conversation right now.
I want a fucking pepperoni Hot Pocket right now. And some Tostino's
Bro, the steak and cheese
rolls.
Hot Pocket, though. Steak and cheese Hot Pocket is the jam.
Steak and cheese Hot Pockets are good.
Yeah. But yeah, and they're down there. Ma! I need my chicky nuggies. I need my dino nuggies, Ma!
Hey, once again, sir, I'm going to ask you to leave the dino nuggies out of this shit.
Look, I love dino. The only reason this fruit's coming to my mind is because it's the shit I love. Right?
He's proclaiming his love for it as he roasts other people that love it.
No, I'm roasting other people
from
who have to yell
basement,
from the
no less.
Says the guy in his basement.
Yeah, but I'm not roasting him is the difference.
Yeah, and I'm not at home with my mom. My wife's upstairs. So if I want to go upstairs and yell, "Wife, where's my dino nuggies?" It's different than "Ma, where's my dino nuggies?" Because I can, well, I'm not going to say that.
Yikes.
I can go have sex with my wife.
That almost took a really dark turn, guys.
Yeah,
And with
no,
that,
it almost did.
With that, I think after we're gonna wrap up the show. Guys,
that almost went. Whoo!
Thank you very much for hanging out tonight, guys.
That's a monka.
Yep, we're gonna
Oh no! Wait, before we wrap it up, like you should.
Yeah.
Games releasing this week. Quick rundown. Mathland on Switch on the 24th. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC for Xbone the 25th. Game I'm actually looking forward to. Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection on the 25th. A new expansion for the Neverwinter MMO, which apparently people still play the shit out of. Samurai Showdown's coming to the Switch. 2 Point Hospital for Xbone, PS4, Switch, Mousecraft on the Switch, Overpass on PS4, PC, Xbone, and Switch, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows, PC, PS4, and Xbone, and Rune Factory 4 Special to the Switch.
Oh, sounds spicy.
So, yeah. There's a good release in there, the Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection. Mega Man games are always fun, and the Zero's games are really fun. Everything else is... except for Sam Show. Sam Show's solid.
Well, good.
But yeah, so I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank God Steele distracted before I took that to a dark place, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
A really, really dark place.
Yep. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks again for another fantastic Sunday Sizzle. We'll have it uploaded tomorrow at noon on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, all that good shit.
Is that noon Eastern, Steele?
Noon Eastern. Noon Eastern indeed. Yes.
Mm.
Yes, same time zone as Marty Walsh in Boston. I'll be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, guys. Dizzle's on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Starting at roughly the same, right around 9:30ish.
Between 8 and 9 Eastern.
Yeah.
Saturdays I usually try and do early. This last Saturday I didn't because your boy was going to get some tattoo done. And
let's see that before you go. Let's see what you got there.
It's very awkward to hold on. It's on the back of my arms right here.
He'll have pictures up on Twitter. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at BatDizzle.
Yeah. It's on the back of the arm. It's really awkward to put into the camera.
Yes, it is. We saw that just now. It was super awkward.
Yes. You can find me on Twitter at BatDizzle. Steele. You can find him on the Twitters at Steele, STEA1E.
Oh, bye. Oh, bye.
And just remember, we love you, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Heck yes. And have a great night, guys. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.